Hi, this is Dr. Damon Miller. I'm your Organic MD.
And this is Carlisle Koash. Welcome to the Organic MD video podcast. This is part 3 of our sessions on Stargardt. So take it away, Dr. Miller.
Well, we talked first about the genetics of Stargardt, then we talked about research being done on Stargardt. Today we're going to talk about some of the things we know about treatment for Stargardt disease. And I just want to begin by talking about the fact, it may seem self-evident, but both people with these diseases and their doctors, their ophthalmologists, we're all shaped by our expectations. The doctors are shaped by expectations that come from a sense that these diseases that affect the retina, that are degenerative diseases, that these are such complex tissues that there's no way that they can repair themselves or be repaired. And that's not true, but that's the expectation that doctors have. And that's what they just hammer in visit after visit with the people who come to see them. These diseases are hopeless. There is no treatment. There is no drug. There is no surgery. There's nothing that can be done. We're sorry. And people hear that often enough, and they come to believe it too, and that becomes their expectation. And what you need to know, and I'm saying this I'm not pulling this out of my hat. This is from year after year after year, hundreds, thousands of people who have worked with the things we're going to be talking about just briefly here, who have turned things around, who've actually recovered a lot of vision, important amounts of vision. I mean, they've lost their driver's license. They do this program, and it may take a year, but they're able to go into the Department of Motor Vehicles and fair and square pass their vision exam and get their driver's license back. No tricks, no gimmicks. And, we have, I say I'm talking about it briefly here. We have our website at bettereyehealth.com. You can start there. We have a lot of material if you want to read more on organicmd.com. If you just search for these different disease names, search for Stargardt, search for macular degeneration, search for eye disease. But just briefly, some of the treatments that are available, one of the things that everybody knows about is the use of supplements. And supplements are really important. We think we know how to do that really well. And I think personally that the kind of one pill fits all, these specialized vitamins and mineral combinations for the eye aren't very good. And even if they were great, the best that any of the research has shown is that if you take these and take them regularly, your vision will continue to get bad, just not as quickly. It slows the progression of the disease. It does not stop it. It does not reverse it. No supplement or combination of supplements has ever been shown to stop or reverse these diseases. But if it's all you did, it would at least slow it down. And the things that can be done that are more than just taking supplements really come out of a large body of research looking at adult stem cells. I got started and interested in this from work that was published in the 70s, where orthopedic surgeons were actually amputating legs off of rats and regrowing them. If you can regrow a leg on a mammal, man, what can't you do?
As challenges go, that's up there.
And so,
one of the harder ones.
Grace Halloran, who started these programs, she was working with people with retinitis pigmentosa, with Stargardt, and very successfully, helping people a lot. The first 10 years she was doing this, she wasn't using any of the technology that we use now, like microcurrent stimulation and things like that. She was just working with diet and lifestyle and exercises and acupressure.
And supplements, too,
and supplements and nutrition. And people were getting better. And she added much later, she added the microcurrent stimulation that we use now. And it made things happen faster. It made things go a little further. Some people who had sort of plateaued got better with the microcurrent stimulation. But the microcurrent stimulation we realize now is important because it tends to support and promote the work that the adult stem cells are doing. And adult stem cells, again, don't get them confused with the kinds of things that somebody wants to inject into you from somewhere outside of you. We are born with a system for repair and regeneration. We carry around a load of adult stem cells with us wherever we go. I don't care if you just cut yourself shaving. It's your adult stem cells that get engaged and enlisted to help repair that piece of skin so it grows back and looks like the skin that was there before. And that's true for bigger things. If you're trying to heal a heart attack or heal your pancreas or after a pancreatitis or heal your liver after a hepatitis, or in this case, healing your eyes after years of a degenerative disease have robbed you of vision, these technologies and these things we're doing go a long way to helping you recover vision. The thing I recommend if you want to know more, like I say, there's a lot of material. You can start on organicmd.com, but we just published a book. Carlisle and I just wrote a book called Stem Cells Heal Your Eyes. Stem Cells Heal Your Eyes. You can get it on Amazon.com. There's a Kindle version and a paperback version. And we're really proud of that book, but it really lays out what we're doing in a lot of detail. And really, if you think you need this either to prevent these diseases or treat them, get the book, read it, and there are ways to contact us if you want to know more.
Well, what strikes me as you're talking is that we're mentioning that ophthalmologists often are just focusing on, take these supplements and, just do this one vitamin or do this one supplement and that's it, and that's all we're going to do, which seems to reflect a bit from what you were talking about last podcast of it's very hard for the sort of medical model to be doing multiple things. It's almost overwhelming, or they can't track it. And so I guess in some respects, supplements are sort of the easiest things to kind of pull out of space and just apply to the problem.
Well, that's true. And like what I was saying before, the ophthalmologists hold the fundamental belief that these diseases are not reversible, that the eye cannot regenerate itself. And that's the way they think. And those are expectations that they hold. And, human beings are shaped by their expectations, even if something else can be true. And so you have research that was done on these supplements that basically showed that taking just a few antioxidants like vitamin A, vitamin E, vitamin C, some zinc, taking those in greater amounts than would be recommended as the minimum daily requirement by the Department of Agriculture, taking those in large amounts was safe. And the people who did that over time did not progress as quickly as the people who didn't take them. So that was enough for the FDA to say, the Food and Drug Administration to say, okay, you can use that in an ad, you can market that. But the thing that is completely missed by the ophthalmologists is that, these diseases often don't show up until much later in life. We're talking Stargardt here, which is a disease that often does show up when you're a teenager or in your 20s or 30s. But even for Stargardt, a lot of these people had many years, even decades, of perfectly fine vision, even though they have a genetically determined disease that is a degenerative disease. So how did they go all those years without their eyes falling apart? Why didn't it show up when they were 2 or 3 or 5? And the reason for that is that their health was such that their body was able to keep ahead of the degeneration or even keep the gene turned off. We're not sure exactly what. But the more important point is that the treatments that work, the treatments that reverse these, if you already are deep into the disease, you've lost vision, the treatments that reverse them are really mainly things that support your health. Really strong work with your nutrition, strong work with lifestyle change, getting rid of all the bad habits out of your life, stress management, and then some tricks with exercises and acupressure and microcurrent stimulation, color therapy that improve circulation, and microcurrent stimulation that call to and basically recruit your stem cells to come to this area and help heal it. And if you do this holistic approach, you actually see results. The vast majority of people, almost 90% of the people, see results, and results being significant improvement in vision. But that kind of a model is not one that medicine knows how to research. Medicine doesn't know how to take something with more than one variable and study it. And so it gets relegated to what's called outcomes data. Yeah, you did all these things, and in the end, the outcome was that a lot of people got better, but gosh, there could have been so many things that affected that. Well, yeah, there were a lot of things that affected that. But the fact is, people got better. People who you are telling, you, the ophthalmologist, you're telling these people it's hopeless, it's just going to get worse, there's nothing you can do, forget it. And that's kind of the problem. And so
I'm surprised, since there has been success, or you've seen success, that we don't see in the news these treatments necessarily advertised. They
do show up, but it's not a product. It's not something you can make into a product and sell. people come and work with us, and they pay us for our consultation time, and they have to maybe get some equipment. But the model of the way medicine is practiced, it's not a pill. It's not a single procedure. I can't give you one device and just turn you on your way and it works. It takes a lot of time, a lot of coaching, a lot of hand holding,
and certainly an effort on people's part to make it work. I mean, you have to be willing to make some changes and willing.
Well, and you have to. I mean, this is a program. People go, "Does it work?" Yeah, no. This program works all the time. You do it, it works. The question is not, does it work? The question is, will you do it?
Yeah.
And there are people that have the motivation to do it, and other people that don't. But the really the point here, just for this brief podcast, is just try it. There are things you can do, and there has been stuff in the news. We have a lot of news articles. We've been on the Today Show. It's been in magazines. It's been in peer-reviewed publications. It's there is material out there on this, just not a lot, and it has a short news cycle life. It may stay around for a day or two after it shows up in the paper or on TV or on the radio, but then it just kind of disappears again. But there is a lot of material and some famous people who have done this and talked about it. So come to Organic MD. You can find a lot of that there, and really get the book. If you're interested in this, get the book "Stem Cells Heal Your Eyes" that Carlisle and I wrote. It's on Amazon.com. It's really going to open your eyes, change your world.
So thanks for joining us for this 3-part series. There will be plenty more series coming up, but we figured this was a good place to start. So have a good day and take care.
Thank you.